What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires. I just made it back from Anaheim and D23. I hope you guys really enjoyed Marvel Studios' presentation. There are so many details and reveals wrapped up in all of the exclusive footage and trailers they showed us this weekend. Major confirmations for theories we had about the MCU. Make sure to keep it tuned here at the channel for the next 4 or 5 days because it's going to be nuts. But in the meantime, I had to take a break and cover an update. Breaking news coming from a source I used to watch all the time on YouTube before I was a YouTuber, but I don't think once in the last almost 5 years have I ever re-reported on in this way as an MCU scoop source what they're saying exactly about the possibility for the upcoming director on Secret Wars. We're going to talk about exactly where this is coming from, what was said, and then I'm going to take it one step further than that and annotate it with a small detail that might make this a lock, why Ryan Coogler may be for sure in as the Secret Wars director. We're breaking it all down in this breaking story less than an hour ago, but first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel, and that's all we do. Everything from official Easter egg breakdowns, trailers, and reviews to the occasional industry insider scoop or rumor like we're covering today, and everything in between. So if that sort of thing's for you, hit the sub button, leave a comment down below. That will automatically enter you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway, and we are less than 400 subscribers away from the next one, which could easily be tonight or tomorrow morning. So if you want to be entered to win, just hit the sub button, leave a comment down below, stick around to the end of the video. We'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Okay, so as reported by The Direct and breaking in the last hour, but originally coming from the Weekly Planet podcast. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with that podcast, the host, James Clement, his main channel on YouTube is Mr. Sunday Movies. And as I mentioned moments ago in the prologue, I literally used to watch his channel every single day. His content is amazing, and I still would, but as I've told you guys before, the best way for me not to parakeet or repeat anybody is for me not to watch other film and Marvel YouTubers, and I learned that pretty early on, and so I don't. That way I make sure all my ideas are my own. Now, his sister or brother channel, however you want to put it, the Weekly Planet podcast, also has a co-host, Mason, and this is what he said earlier today regarding Ryan Coogler and Secret Wars. Quote, Ryan Coogler, here's another scoop for you, Mason, is at the very least one of the directors is currently in talks for Secret Wars, which makes a lot of sense. And yeah, the source here says this is a reliable source. This person says it's a fairly obvious choice, and it is. That makes sense. Now, if you're wondering if we can trust this, again, because I also mentioned in the prologue, they're not the normal MCU scoopster, don't let their overly cynical and sarcastic tone and the demeanor of the whole irreverence that they take to the genre fool you. That's just the way that they do their content. That's their flavor. They're no bullshit people. So he wouldn't say this if he didn't actually have a source that had said it. And it does make a lot of sense only because of the precedent they've set now. They chose Destin Daniel Cretton from Shang-Chi, who's not only going to go on and direct the officially unannounced sequel, but also develop Wonder Man on Disney Plus. You have Ryan Coogler doing the same thing, doing Wakanda Forever, and then developing the Okoye, or whatever they'll end up calling the Wakanda Forever Disney Plus spinoff. Both directors are being prioritized by Marvel Studios, have experience in the director seats on the biggest films, and it seems like Ryan Coogler in that way is an obvious choice. But my comic friends and family, allow me to tell you a story, a Secret Wars story involving none other than Black Panther and Namor going up against God King Doom from the later run of Secret Wars, Jonathan Hickman, the one we expect them to draw heavily on for the upcoming Battleworld and Avengers Secret Wars, in where T'Challa is a main player who comes up with the ultimate plan to defeat him. Now, I know that they're going to change a lot of details, but if you're wondering exactly what happens, it's one of the most badass T'Challa storylines that have ever happened in the comics, and I feel like when a lot of people were calling for Marvel Studios to recast T'Challa, it was because of this, and we're going to talk about that in just a second. T'Challa and Namor end up seeking out the Sanctum Sanctorum, and where Doctor Strange has already passed away but leaves a hologram of himself that looks almost exactly like the Tony Stark hologram that we've also seen in the later runs of the comics. In fact, when you look at the panel, you'll almost do a double take. That Doctor Strange leaves them 2 relics, the first of which is a transporter door for T'Challa to get wherever he needs to in Battleworld for whatever his plan is going to be. The second relic, well, it's an Infinity Gauntlet, fully loaded up with Infinity Stones, and I really like in this moment Namor even remarks, "Don't look at me, I can't be trusted." He decides to go where he can harness an entire army of Marvel zombies, and as the King of the Dead with the Infinity Gauntlet, leads them in battle with Namor against God King Doom. It's one of the craziest things, again, that's ever happened in the comics, and as I just mentioned, one of the main reasons it's like, hey, if you don't recast T'Challa, you can't have him play out in one of his most badass storylines that you guys are actually going to do. Now, I want to acknowledge the rumor that's been around that indeed it's going to be revealed that before T'Challa passed in the MCU, Nakia is actually pregnant, going to have a son, and that eventually will become the next T'Challa. And because time is going to be completely broken in the multiverse by the time we get to Secret Wars, he could be a full-grown T'Challa coming from the future and to do the same thing. I mean, the multiverse is crazy. It can be as crazy as you want it to be and sort of solve this problem of not having a T'Challa, but it could just as easily be whomever's Black Panther at the time, whoever goes on to carry that mantle and develop as a main character. So where the obvious choice now is because whoever's directing this character and developing them, like Ryan Coogler in Black Panther, could set Black Panther to be up to be the main player in Avengers Secret Wars, the same way the Russos took Captain America and even worked really primarily on Tony Stark as well in Civil War, leading into Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. You let the directors who took those characters that are going to feature and directed them in their own films take over the crossover, so they really know how to do the lead character justice. So this could be a reveal ultimately, if they decide to go this way, that Black Panther is in for that main storyline from the Secret Wars, which I would absolutely go crazy for to see that on screen. And they're definitely hitting all the keys with bringing out a Marvel Zombies project. It'll be well-established canon in order for them to do that in all respects in Secret Wars. Now, honestly, guys, here's my final thought, and I'm just going to be completely transparent here. I love Ryan Coogler. I love the work he's doing. If he's ultimately selected for Secret Wars, I will not be disappointed, but I am holding out that somehow the Russos are going to want to come back and direct this film. They've said that, and especially real recently, they've been very candid about it, that they would come back. There's interest there because of how big Secret Wars was, but because of the ambition, that it also gives them pause that they can really even commit to that, especially with the recent success of Agbo and what's going on with their production company. I sincerely hope that Marvel Studios and the Russos at least have a conversation about it and explore if there's any possibility of them doing this. And I know that, maybe I'm just being the old hat here and saying, hey, I want the guys from the Infinity Saga to direct the end of the multiverse saga, but they're no commodity and their films are some of the best, if not the best, in the MCU. That being said, I really sincerely hope the Russos come back and do it, but guys, you let me know down in the comments. I will be all ears as always. It's like you don't get a second chance to make Secret Wars though, and the only ones that have been able to make a movie this big are the Russos, so why not just go back to them? I don't know. That's my thought. Let me know down in the comments quickly. Let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. Okay, we are right around the corner from 980, which is the next giveaway, and the way that we're hitting with subscribers every day now, we're gonna hit that in the next 48 hours. So if you haven't already, all you have to do to be entered to win, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below, because it's truly random. The more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. We give one away every 20,000 subscribers, so the next one will be 1 million, and we do have some other awesome giveaways throughout the watch parties we do weekly for She-Hulk, so make sure to stop by the channel live. Also, quickly, the WhatsApp spammers still over the platform always. I never announce winners. I never DM you in the comments, so be vigilant of that and just report those comments if you see them. My name is Michael Roman. You can find me in a couple of places, Instagram and Twitter at @I'mFires. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes under the name All Fires. And while I sincerely appreciate you checking my music out, thanks so much for checking this channel out. Stick around. I've got a ton of exclusive footage breakdowns coming for you for the rest of the week, and I'll see you guys in those. Peace.